And welcome back for our last segment of the show. I am Mike Deem. He is Brett Newsome for Joe Bell. Joe Bell is on vacation, and he will be back next week. But Joe usually does around the NFL. We just talk a little bit about the sports. And this Monday night, past Monday night, was a big game. Detroit, 24-13.
You just kind of wondered if eventually the magic of Detroit would wear off. I mean, they had that great come-from-behind win against the Cowboys. Everybody's talking about them. And you thought maybe Monday night would be the day they would just finally kind of fall apart on national TV.
Right.
They didn't.
Didn't happen.
They look good. Calvin Johnson is the best receiver in the NFL right now. There's no question about it. And everyone who said Matt Stafford is great as long as he's healthy, well, he's healthy and he's playing pretty good.
And then now they got Javad Best, who was hurt last year. Now that
Breaks
he's back.
awful. That was the key.
88-yard run.
Breakaway speed. Can't get away from it. He did a good job. And the defense, of course.
Well, I was going to say, Pittsburgh Steelers defense looked like they were running in mud. I mean, they just couldn't catch him at all. And it was like flag football. He would break it open and it's gone.
Very impressive. And I think everyone is kind of assuming Green Bay is the best team in the league. I'm kind of looking forward to see Detroit play Green Bay.
I would
because Detroit's got the offense that can match up. Green Bay's defense, probably a question mark. Who'd have thought that would be maybe the game of the year, Green Bay against Detroit so far?
Is that a Thanksgiving Day?
I believe it is. Thanksgiving at Detroit.
It's the first game you're not going to fall asleep after you eat turkey, right? Because you're going to watch that.
You're always looking forward to the Cowboys late because it's Detroit against whoever, and it's a horrible game. But this year, you're going to have to get up and get ready to watch that game.
That's right. Okay, we also had the New Orleans Saints against Carolina, 30-27. Drew Brees throws for 359 yards. I mean, a great game. A conference game for the Bucs too, leading into it, the NFC South division, and we've got Carolina down at the bottom, New Orleans up at the top.
The good news is, I think if you're the Bucs and you look at that film, Cam Newton, a young quarterback, still trying to figure out what he's doing. They were still able to put up 27 points on the Saints, so the Bucs have to feel confident that they'll be able to score, and that's been the Achilles heel for New Orleans. You saw it last year in the playoffs up in Seattle.
Right.
They put up enough points, but that defense is a question mark.
They are suspect. And Cam Newton, though, is Cam Newton, or Josh Freeman, is Josh Freeman Cam Newton?
Yeah.
Can he do the same thing?
Same game plan. You would just put in that film and say, we can do the same thing, play a little better defense, and we can beat the Saints.
That's right. All right, we're going to go over real quick. We're going to go question of the day. And last week's question, we're not sure because Joe had it. But this week's question is, how many games has Rondé Barber started consecutively? Now, this is up there in the record books for the NFL. So it's pretty easy to find, but
surprising.
It is surprising.
I mean, when you add it up and then you try to figure out how many years in a row.
You're trying to do the math.
I mean, it's amazing. I know he doesn't play the most physical position on the field, but still to get out there 16 weeks a year and do it. It's a pretty incredible streak.
Yeah, and if you could look that up easily, the first person that actually emails us at Mike at pewterpower.net or Joe at pewterpower.net, we can time that and see you can win it. And also you can go on Facebook, Pewter Power on WYKE, and you can also register there for a win. And last week's winner, and I know there's a winner, but I don't know what the question was. It was Jim from Crystal River. So Jim, we'll get that prize to you. Okay, got our bonehead of the week. Okay, we always do this. Brett, we talked about it before. Bonehead, what does that mean? That means that somebody that did something stupid. Okay,
this qualifies.
This qualifies it, especially with the team that he plays on. That's what I'm getting at. Marcus Bernard, a wide receiver from Cleveland Browns, basically rides a motorcycle off of practice, wrecks it, breaks his arm, out for the season. Well, I don't understand why Cleveland does not have a policy of non-motorcycle riding at any place near their facility.
I think it would be in his contract. There's a Buccaneer that knows something about that, right?
Kellen Winslow.
You think you would put that in the contract? There's no need. I understand trying to conserve gas.
Yeah, we can all see that.
Save some money. And he's a young guy, probably trying to save his contract. I mean, but no, there's no need. Take a cab. Get a ride home from a buddy, but you don't need to do that.
No. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do. So Marcus Bernard, our bonehead of the week here.
And Cleveland's playing well. They don't need people getting hurt. They're actually, they're playing pretty well for them right now.
Yeah, for a change.
Yeah, surprising, right?
Definitely.
I mean, who would have thought Cleveland and Detroit combined have a winning record? When's the last time that happened?
Yeah, exactly.
A long time.
Yeah, that's kind of old school. That's back in the 60s.
I was going to say that might be when Cleveland was what is now Baltimore was the last time Cleveland and Detroit had winning records combined.
That's right. All right. Now Joe gave us his number, okay, 27-24 for the Bucs. He's definitely going to pick the Bucs. You know, he's one of those fans, okay? I'm going to come out and say, what is yours? Let me know what your pick is for this week.
Anything can happen. I mean, that's the first thing. We had Seattle last week against the Giants, a 10-point underdog. They win by 11. Anything can happen. But New Orleans is the class of this division. They're the best team, perhaps, in the NFC. I still think Green Bay is number one. But Drew Brees is good. I think Tampa Bay's reeling. I think New Orleans comes in, picks up a victory, I'll say 35-17.
Wow. 35-17. Now, I'm glad Joe's not here because he would actually...
he would hit me in the head with that helmet.
He would debate you pretty hard.
This will be my last appearance on Pewter Power.
No, we're going to have you back.
Everybody.
We're definitely going to have Brett back. It's definitely good. I'm going a little closer, and I am picking, unfortunately, I am picking New Orleans too. I love the Bucs. I just don't think they have it right now. I think the defense is suspect. I think Drew Brees is going to throw for a ton of yards again.
If we're wrong, everyone can be happy and tell us how bad we are.
How stupid we are. Exactly.
Everyone will be enjoyable bad.
I'm going 31-10. 31-10 on the defense. So we'll see what happens on that. But all right, guys, we will be back next week and we'll talk about this and we'll see if Brett was right or Joe was right.
I don't have to answer to it. I'm not going to be here.
We'll see you next week right out here on Pewter Power. See you later.